Hi, it's Rob the Frugalist here, and as you can hear, we've got a leaking shower tap here. I can't get hold of a plumber in time. I can't isolate this, so I'm going to need to turn off the house water to access this, but I'm going to try and fix it, and we'll see how we get on. First stage, pop the cap here, unscrew the screw, and see what we've got. A little bit tricky to do one-handed. Flathead screwdriver for this. There we go, we've got the screw. Quite tricky while holding a camera, but basically you've got to unscrew this while holding onto that. So it shouldn't take more than a few seconds. There we go. So this comes unscrewed. This should come off. And you can see we've got some kind of cassette here. This is a pretty standard component. This is what we're going to try and fix and take out. If you look around it, it's full of scale. It's probably built up over the time and warped some of the components inside. So what we're looking to do is isolate the water, and then we take it out. Need a wrench to turn this probably clockwise. There's a pin here which will need to come out, so we'll need some pliers and a wrench, and that should do the job. But first we need to isolate the water. This started as a slow drip. Every time I've tried to kind of tighten it, it's got worse. So it really needs to be done ASAP before it becomes intolerable. Cut off the water. Next is just to drain, make sure the taps are empty up to that, so we can take it out without any problems. Okay, take this collar off. Then this clip around here you need to take off as well. Not sure how easy this is going to show on camera or do one-handed. But this needs to come off. Yeah, the little clip around here, you can just about get your nails around it, ping it off. There we are. See? You can see how much scale is on this as well at the same time. So that's the top bit. So much harder one-handed. There we are. That's off. There you go, that's the clip. The clip is off. And now we just need to loosen this whole thing and put it out. Okay, get an adjustable spanner or proper spanner, and you should be able to twist it clockwise. I've already loosened it to avoid embarrassment. And this should just pull out. There we go. This is what we need another one of. And it's just probably, I mean, I could be able to keep it clean and stick it back in, but I think there's probably some warping gone in here, and it's much better to get a replacement. So I'm going to go down to Ironmongery Direct, Screwfix, Wix, one of them, and see if I can get an exact copy. In the meantime, I'm going to put some descaler in here to avoid any problems refitting, because anything, even a lump of hard water, calcified whatnot, will actually break the seal. This is what we don't want. not an exact match above the head, but below the head it is, so we're going to give that a go. So I've not got the right bits, I've got the wrong bits. They fit, they seat nicely, but as you can see this one's a bit taller on the left than the right. So what I'm going to do is, the problem that we need to solve is the fact that the rubber is leaking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap the rubber gaskets over. So the rubber band there and the bit of plastic there, I'm going to flip them from this to that. And I'm also going to descale this whole thing because there's nothing wrong with the function of it, it's just leaking. So I'm going to give that a go, and that's going to save me probably half an hour drive to a specialty shop to say, do you have one of these? Because I've already been to one shop, didn't have a great range, that was Wix. I've just checked online with Screwfix, online with Toolstation, and unfortunately they don't seem to have anything that is different to this one. So this is not as common. I might be able to find it on Amazon, but I couldn't really. So I'm going to try dealing with the actual problem, which is the leak, which is the rubber bit here. So I'm going to go and try and descale this whole thing here, and then we'll see how we go from then. There we go, almost good as new. Right, let me just put it in. Finger tight, then probably a quarter turn. That's in. Oh, that's not going anywhere. Right, I'll click back in. And the ring. I think we're good to try. Okay, that's firmly in. Now I'm going to flip it to hot because there's still some water in the hot tank. And that'll give us our first indication if it worked or not. So it starts dripping. In trouble. There is a drip there. That could be an old drip. Okay, it might be worth trying the water on now. Alright, water's back on. Okay, testing. No leaks. Does it actually work? Could it be an air? Oh. That works. Oh, there's a small leak. Right, this is the one from upstairs. I'm going to go and try and put that one downstairs and then just use the one which doesn't quite fit in here, which never gets used, as a temporary measure. Okay, this is the swapped over one. Yeah, no leaks. That's done it. Job done. And this is the wrong size one we never use, which will be fixed when I order another one in. But for now, the leak is gone. all that is left to do is put that on. So we are all nice and shiny. Leak has been solved. Good job. Something to think about though is the leak was solved with a pre-existing piece which was working fine, but it's the same age, so I won't expect this to last more than a few years before needing to replace it again. So what I need to do is find those right size pieces so we can have some spares, but for the moment it's absolutely fine. So if you ever get stuck, then always get that cartridge thing replaced. It's called a don't know, what's it called? So to summarise, most showers when they leak from here have got a problem with that cartridge that's in there. The valve, it's a quarter turn valve usually. What you'll need to do is find the right size one. Okay. If you do find the wrong size one, it's slightly too big, it will still work, but it will not look nice. And that's what I unfortunately did. But if you do get that, they're not expensive at all. It'll give you time to find the right piece and then stop the dripping. But that's exactly what I did. Right, so we've managed to solve it. Something to think about though is that I used an existing one which was working in the bathroom upstairs, in the spare shower room, which never became a shower room. And that bit is not being used, even though it's about 10 years old. So I won't expect it to last forever. So in the meantime, I need to find myself a spare one of these for when this eventually kicks the bucket. These are also called glands, by the way, if you're shopping for these in Screwfix or wherever, but Screwfix didn't quite have the right size, so I've got to figure out what the right size is and get it. But at the moment, no dripping, no problem, and life can continue as normal, which is the purpose of this. I tried to get a plumber, but they were unavailable, so it's always good to have a plan B. I did have some advice from a plumber who managed to, thanks Nick Brooks, who managed to just validate my thoughts on how to fix this and give me some ideas. And so I followed those. If I didn't have that, I probably wouldn't have the guts to turn the whole water off to the house, because if it all goes horribly wrong, that's a big problem with lots of kids and wife, etc. to make sure they're clean and watered and fed, and not to forget everything else we use water for in the house. I hope this was of useful to you. Please like, subscribe, etc. and see you in the next one. Bye.